What's the point of saying goodbye to a game when just a couple years later the sequel or the next installment comes out? Well, Mario Kart, it's a little different. Every new installment is such a massive deal to fans, but this case is very special, considering the fact that we have been playing Mario Kart 8 in some capacity, whether it be on the Wii U in its deluxe form on the Switch, or some of its DLC from both the Wii U or even the Switch. We've been playing for 11 years, over 11 years of Mario Kart 8. This game has single-handedly been the main Mario Kart for most people's entire lives, especially the younger generation. This might be the only Mario Kart they know. But on Nintendo Switch, it would grow to be one of the biggest games for Nintendo of all time, selling absolute monstrous numbers. But today I want to take one last look at Mario Kart 8 and say our last farewells before we move on to the world of course, Mario Kart World. But before we get started, guys, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. If you're excited about Mario Kart World, you're definitely going to want to be here, because that's all we're going to be talking about probably for the next 2 months until Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out. But thank you so much for tuning in, and let's dive back in time to Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. Mario Kart 8 released on May 29th of 2014, and it was one of the first games for Nintendo Wii U that showed just how good the graphics were on this console. I remember inviting friends over, including my best friend, which I've told this story a million times by now, but he normally always buys the console probably like a year later until he has a real good reason why. It's normally just Mario Kart, Pokemon, and of course Smash Brothers, and Pokemon wasn't coming out on the Wii U at that time outside of Pokken, so it was up to Mario Kart to win him over. But after just a couple of races, he looked at me and said, "This is phenomenal. These graphics are crazy. This is the craziest Mario Kart game ever," and immediately had to go out, get a Wii U, and play Mario Kart 8 with me, and literally one of my only friends and one of the only people I knew to get a Wii U. Mario Kart 8 was such a fascinating game, showing these next generation graphics for Nintendo, and also having all of these classic and new tracks brought back with a new zero gravity mechanic. It just felt so good at the time. It felt like it took from the best parts of every Mario Kart game. It felt like you had Mario Kart Wii's motion controls if you wanted to, but also the trick system, Mario Kart 7's gliders and underwater driving, and of course small little attributes from the past Mario Karts as well, whether it be stage references, items, or characters. It just felt like a big cultivation of what made Mario Kart so good in the first place. But where Mario Kart 8 really started to stand out was its DLC. It started adding characters and tracks from non-Mario franchises, like F-Zero giving you Mute City and Big Blue, but no Captain Falcon. I mean, literally, the Blue Falcon is a cart in that DLC. It would also give us Link in Hyrule Circuit, also giving him 2 bikes to choose from and his own glider. Seeing all these different characters come together was so awesome, and being able to drive through Hyrule Castle and through Castle Town was just the peak, man. And don't forget Animal Crossing with Villager and Isabelle as playable racers, and also a brand new track dedicated to an Animal Crossing village. We got tons of other additional tracks as well, including some extreme remakes like Ribbon Road and Cheeseland that looks so good, and some of my favorite tracks from the entire game. Nintendo did all types of other wacky things as well, like had a Mercedes-Benz collab for some reason. This was a real thing. But the game wouldn't hit its real stride until it finally came out on Nintendo Switch. It was such a weird reveal too. It never did get a proper reveal. I remember after the Switch presentation, there was just some word that, hey, Mario Kart 8's also coming to Switch, which was so strange. But we'd get it in the form of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which added a bunch of things, believe it or not. It added new items and actually a double item slot this time around. It also added new characters like the Inklings, and also a brand new revamped battle mode, because the old one was pretty bad, where we would just race around existing tracks and just hit each other as we go around the laps, which was just terrible. But now we had official battle tracks, including Urchin Underpass from Splatoon, which was a great addition. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe would go on to sell a whopping 60 million units as of today, which is just unprecedented, especially for a game that already came out on the Wii U back in 2014, over 3 years ago. But Nintendo realized quickly that they struck gold, and this would be the Nintendo Switch's only Mario Kart game, which would also lead a lot of people to feel a little down, because as much as we loved Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, We've been playing this game for a long time, until Nintendo decided to do something absolutely absurd. In early 2024, Nintendo decided in order to give them enough time to work on the next Mario Kart game for Nintendo Switch 2, that they would release the Booster Course Pass DLC, which would give us 48 more tracks into the base game, giving it a whopping total of 96 tracks. These tracks will all be brought back from various past Mario Kart games, including the tour tracks from Mario Kart Tour. In fact, every single one from Mario Kart Tour was included, at least all of the city tracks. We almost got every Nitro track outside of Piranha Plant Pipeline, but for the most part, we got to see a huge chunk of classic Mario Kart tracks brought back. There was definitely some problems because a lot of people hated the graphics. They looked too cartoony, and there was like extreme lack of detail with a lot of the locations and a lot of these tracks. They looked like they were just lazily slapped into the game, but no, I don't care. There was 96 tracks in this game. I thought they looked fine enough. Not to mention we were getting new tracks that wasn't even in Tour at the time, like Sky High Sunday, Squeaky Clean Sprint, and even Yoshi's Island. We would see fan favorites that fans had been begging for a return, like Mushroom Gorge, Koopa Cape, Waluigi Pinball, Maple Treeway, Coconut Mall, and so many more. Also, as somebody who never played Mario Kart Tour, this was like a dream come true, because that meant there was like 30 tracks that I've never played before. Okay, that might be an exaggeration, but it was definitely over like 10 to 15 tracks that I never got to play because I never played the mobile game. This would go on to give us 2 full years of just straight predicting what's going to be next in the future DLC passes. And we were all, trying to decode, what game was out, and we were able to find out what game that each track was going to be from, and we were trying to cross them out and place them. And I remember the chaos and the pandemonium. It was crazy, but it was almost like Smash Brothers speculation, but for Mario Kart, which is something that was so different at the time, but also so much fun. Not to mention, Nintendo would also give us new characters as well. We finally got Funky Kong, Birdo, Pauline, and a lot more. Kamek finally made his appearance as a character, which was planned all the way since the beginning of Mario Kart's history, but then he turned into an item in Mario Kart World. I am so sorry, Kamek. This Booster Pass DLC was so important. I mean, seriously, one of the craziest things that's ever happened, because I remember at the time, we just started getting deep into Mario Kart gameplay, and we would start to play every single week, me and my buddies, and have our own little tournaments and keep track of the winner. I remember at the time, we were speculating when they would reveal the next Mario Kart, and that it had to be soon, it had to be in the upcoming Nintendo Direct, and then the Booster Course Pass got revealed, and it was like a bittersweet. No, we're not moving on to the next Mario Kart yet, but we're getting tons of new tracks added to the game, and we were so excited because this was going to make playing every single week together even more exciting as we would look forward and wait for the next wave. Mario Kart 8 will always be a special game to me because it's one of the only games that brings all of my friends together, and it's a game that anybody can find enjoyment in, and especially at any age. And after 11 years, it's sad to see that this game will pretty much be coming to an end. I mean, it's not technically ending. I mean, you can always go back and play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on your Switch, but a new Mario Kart's on the horizon, which is eventually going to make this one kind of obsolete. Think about how much time I've been playing this game and how much you've been playing this game. I mean, I started playing Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U when I was a sophomore in high school. Seriously, I am now 27 years old, graduated college like 3 to 4 years ago, and I, am starting a family with a wife and a new home. It's crazy to think all that's happened within that time frame of Mario Kart 8. It's a crazy lifetime, but hopefully Mario Kart World also doesn't last 11 years because it was a long wait, but now we look to the future. We are literally just hours away from diving into a brand new Mario Kart. Most of you, or some of you, might even have the game right now if you're in a different region outside of the United States, and you're probably enjoying it, and from what I heard, there's some crazy things already. I have people shooting me DMs, and I'm trying to ignore them all, including stuff with Rainbow Road. All I'm going to say, with no spoilers at all, is everybody's been telling me it's just the most insane thing ever, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. But Mario Kart 8 will always hold a special place in all of our hearts. I will definitely be returning sometime in the future just to revisit all of these tracks that's in this game, because there's so many, 96 tracks, all of these fun characters. Man, this game definitely did its job. For Nintendo, for us, for all of us. It's really going to be sad to see this game go, but I am so excited to usher in the next era of Mario Kart. But let me know in the comments down below, what is your best memory with Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Let me know why you love this game so much, and let's all give Mario Kart 8 a final farewell. Thank you Mario Kart 8, and thank you Nintendo for 11 years of fun. And here's to the next 11 years with Mario Kart World and whatever's next for Nintendo.